What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Juswin, and I'm your host, Chris Johnson. And today, I got my brother Jalen Johnson with us. Jalen currently is playing for the Atlanta Hawks. You guys have seen him all over SportsCenter for his nasty dunks, his athleticism, and his ability to make plays. I'm happy to have him here, and we want to pick his brain today. And I want to take you guys on a journey to understand what it's like as a young NBA player. What year is this for you, Jalen?
This year 3.
So this is year 3. So, let's kind of go back a little bit. Jalen comes from a basketball family. And when I mean basketball family, his mom hoop, his dad hoop, his older brother hoop, Jalen hoops, and his younger brother hoops. Now, when we look at pressure, what is it like growing up in a household of nothing but hoopers and everyone played D1 basketball?
Yeah. Well, I don't really think there's pressure. I think it's more of just a kind of a standard and kind of how you approach certain things, kind of being able to see, kind of having my parents had already gone through, playing the Division I level. So that was the first initial goal, playing Division I. So just kind of seeing their mindset on things, how you approach the game. Those were all something, we all took in. So there was really never pressure. My parents encouraged us to do whatever we love to do. And, seeing my dad hoop at an early age, that was, we were in the gym from an early age. So that was all 3 of our first love. We knew that's what we wanted to do. So there was never really pressure because our parents, they didn't force it upon us. It just all came naturally. So, yeah.
When you look at that, something created this dog in you. And, you have this dog, this desire, this Mamba mentality, this in you. Where was that born? Did you experience some failure? What drove you to be who you are today? Because today, you're a monster.
Mm-hmm. I think it all came from, when I left college. I think just hearing all that doubt. When you're in high school, you don't really hear the doubt from the outside world. But with the decision I made to leave school early, you start hearing things that you never heard before. So it was kind of all new to me. And then, when I came out to see you, we talked from day one.
Yes.
You told me, and what I can be, and that was kind of the first time I ever had somebody see something for me before I could see it for myself. So just kind of that having that you keeping me humble and making sure I work. That was the first time I ever had that throughout my playing career. So just having that and then just falling in love with the gym. We was in the gym 2-3 times a day.
Yes, unlimited.
2-3 times a day, and just kind of, you fell in love with the work. There was a different level I knew I could get to, and you helped me get to that level. So
right.
once
you got so many levels
yeah.
that you're gonna be able to get to.
And then once you see you see progression, small baby steps. And once I saw the small baby steps, I'm I just want to keep getting better. There's no limit on any person. I don't think. I think. Putting a limit on yourself, that's just false, because every person can get better in some aspect. It doesn't have to be, you can get better off the court mentally, and that's going to help you on the court. So it doesn't have to always be a drill, and that's just something you taught me, and the people around me taught me. So it's just a step-by-step process.
And what a lot of people, when you think about the journey, right? Coming out of high school, you had the name, you had the talent. You went to Duke, people want to go to Duke,
right.
And you had, great spots in Duke, and then deciding to leave, right? That transition between high school Duke to the league, you experience a lot of failure and a lot of different setbacks.
Yeah.
Wanting to play, you have a lot of conversation about wanting to play, and it's a lot of you young athletes, you think you're the only one dealing with the desire to want to play.
Yeah.
But Jalen was actually putting in the work with 3-a-days, lifting, competing, hooping, and staying focused in the gym. And you still had to wait for your opportunity.
Yeah, I think everything, those times of, when you're not getting what you want all the time, those are how you're truly measured as a person and what you do. Like, how you react to certain situations is not always what happens to you, it's how you react. That's something my dad always told me. So just kind of keeping that in the back of my head, just remembering all that. During the times when I'm not playing, of course I want to play. I love this game, and when you get to the NBA, you just want to play right away, but you got to realize everything comes along and happens for a reason. I truly believe that. So that was just kind of my mindset and approach with all that.
Now, even through that, you had different setbacks, like maybe sprained ankle, maybe you get kneed a little bit. How do you develop mental toughness to overcome injuries or setbacks, especially when you're about to hit your stride?
Yeah, I mean, it's an everyday thing. It's not just something you can just be fine one day, but then the next day you're off a little bit. So it's just it's a constant battle of constant reminding yourself, having a purpose. I believe once you know your purpose, I don't think there's going to be doubt, and you're going to understand there's going to be setbacks. You look at some of the greatest players of all time, Kobe Bryant, for example. I seen some where it was a diagram of all the surgeries and all the things he had done to him, and it's he bounced back from all that, because I think at the end of the day it's a mentality thing, and it's your approach to things. It's not, like I said, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it.
Yeah, I call that mental resilience. And most people, they're gonna see your success. You had your highlights are starting to just be shown every week. Boom, you see some type of highlight, but what people don't see is the things that go on every day. And I talk to our audience about training you guys how to fail. Fail over and over again, and through failure, you build this mental resilience. And this mental resilience allows for you to perform in front of a crowd.
For sure.
It's different performing when nobody's watching and making that jump shot in front of a crowd when in the moment that really matters.
Yeah.
So you've had different coaches, right, in 3 years. How do you handle, what is some advice you give for the young student athlete that has to deal or work with different coaches?
Yeah, I'd say, for one, just be a sponge. I'd say you just gotta absorb everything. You may not always agree with what your coach has to say, but at the end of the day, you gotta be coachable. At the end of the day, you gotta absorb what they're saying, and at the end of the day, that's your coach. It's just a respect thing, and like I said, you may not agree with everything they're saying, but it's just your approach to things. It's not, you can control what you can control. At the end of the day, you can't control your minutes. You can't control how many shots you make. You can control what you do within those minutes. So I say just constantly be a sponge, constantly stay learning, and stay in the gym. Because if your coach sees that, he's gonna have no choice but to respect you, and when he's seeing the work, he's gonna have to trust you in certain situations.
That's so true. And then another thing that I think is critical, and it's the perspective of the locker room and how to navigate teammates. When you look at basketball, especially at the level you're playing at, it's a lot of egos involved. I think the ego is needed. I think you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's a team sport.
Yeah.
How difficult is that to believe in yourself, make a mistake, and bounce back, but also work within the team concept?
Yeah, I think it's what comes within the NBA, and I think there's different levels of ego at every level.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you got to make it work, because you see teams nowadays with 3-4 All-Stars on the team. For example, the Clippers, they got 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
I think that when there's a collective goal as a unit, those egos got to be put aside just a little bit. You can still be yourself, but I think you just gotta continue to continue to work as a unit, and just understand that main goal. Championships are the main thing in a team sport, regardless at the end of the day. And with team success comes individual success, I believe. So those are the main things.
I believe the same thing.
Yeah.
I believe it takes your teammates to make you an all-star.
For sure, 1,000%.
You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
In any team sport, you can't do anything by yourself, but you have to be a star in your role.
Yep.
And you have to be able to give 110% at all times.
Yep.
Yeah. So what I want to leave with, guys, is when we're here on Just Win, we're always talking about what is important now, what is important today. And All-Star break, I just left. Some people on vacation, not knocking it. Some people are maybe putting in work. But I'm telling you, Jalen hasn't missed an All-Star break to be here in the gym with us to develop. And it's a reason why he was drafted in the first round. It's a reason why he was set on the bench in the beginning and played spot minutes. It's a reason why he got consistent minutes. And now it's a reason why he's a starter. And the next step, and the next steps are there for us, but it's a reason why.
Yep.
And it is his commitment, his dedication to himself. He's able to win the mental game because the mental game is just as important as the physical game.
1,000%.
Yep. And nobody pushes him more than himself. And that's where I developed my shoe called You Versus You. And I want you to wake up every day and understand that the only competition that you have is only yourself.
Yep.
And that's showing up. So grateful for my young superstar to stop in and drop gems in on you guys. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click that bell and make sure you turn on your post notifications and subscribe today. Jalen, you got a YouTube channel?
No, I don't got no YouTube.
We got to get Jalen a YouTube channel.
I got no YouTube
He got it, because if you guys knew him, then you guys would follow him, which is great. But we got your Instagram.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
It's Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson. So make sure you go follow my guy. Drop comments below and be inspired, be motivated, and go be the best version of yourself. We out.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Okay, Jay, so my last question to you is, what is important right now for you?
I think the most important thing for me right now is just getting better every single day. On the court, off the court, I just want to be the best version of myself every day. Something I've been, living by is just get 1% better every day. So that's the main thing, and that's just what I can focus on. That's something I can control. So that's been my main focus.
I love it. We out.
Say.